from China, and I have been working for 14 years of the construction working experience, all the experience in Singapore. And I'm a bachelor from the civil engineering. Then I have been carrying out the PM role for the past 8 years. And throughout the working experience, I have been nominated by the BCA as well as the scale as a young leader. My past job reference including Marina Bay Sands, MBFC, as well as Funan. Also, there is a handful of other jobs, such as overseas the Yangon Shidona Hotel expansion. Currently, I'm located at the Science Park Plot 1, which is a 394 mil project. It's 3 blocks of the office building with retail and certain of the common space working at the ground floor. It's a mixed development. Okay, that's a short introduction of me. Okay, so today the agenda, I'm applying for the C-Pass using the Funan as an explanation. First, part 1 will be project briefing. 2 is how we plan. 3, how we execute. 4 is what we learn. Okay, for the project briefing, Funan is somewhere in the city. It's within 2 kilometers of the Funan. There are many PMEB, students, hotel room, culture, and the civil institute, and more. So this is one illustration of the heart of the geographic intersection, education, history, so on and so forth. Quick introduction on the project team. Developer is CapitaLand. Then there are a few consultants, namely architect RSP, design consultant, including the Wolfsburger Farm, structure also RSP, M&E is Alpha, and so on and so forth. Main contractor is Wohab Obayashi joint venture. Wohab is taking the lead, where the Obayashi is our supporting partner. Over there, I'm the PM in charge. Above me, there's one PD and one deputy PD. PD is my boss Roy Cha. Then the deputy PD is Wakasan from the Obayashi. So after that is me, Sherman, who is mainly carrying out the site execution as well as the planning and monitoring. So for the project itself, is coming up with a few configuration, and from the bottom up, B2 to level 4 is retail. B4 to B2 is car park. Further up, there is North Tower office is level 5 to level 10 in the office. South Tower office level 6 to level 10 office as well. Well, marking in the blue color service residence, level 4 to 12 is Escort hotel service residence. So this is the photo taken in 2019, just before the Funan Mall is open. We can see that the project is well surrounded by the busy neighbors. So the logistics is a challenge. Okay, another part in line with the package is this underground pedestrian linkway, which is also a major challenge along the way of the construction, which is linked to the Funan, Adelphi, Capital Piazza, all the way linked to the City Hall MRT. Number 2, how we plan. Okay, mainly there is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, these few perspectives I'm going to explain. First, the project planning, scheduling, organization, and execution. So the main challenge of the Funan is well surrounded by the sensitive as well as high requirement of the buildings. Namely, just 6 meters away, we have the Peninsula Hotel. And also, we are just side by side with the Treasury, the Parliament House, then as well as the Central Fire Station. So we can imagine the logistic control challenge. How we plan for overcome of this challenge is we one in, one out. All the delivery we are scheduled in such a way from the, let me bring out the place. So we are always coming in from a North Bridge Road. That's one way in. Then the center area currently is the void, but we cast with the temporary slab. Then we form the Hill Street going out. So there's a debating initially whether the center the slab want to do a decking or want to do a construction slab. So after value the constructability as well the cost and the safety factor, we have decided to cast it a temporary slab so that it is well integrated with the surrounding structure and is proven to be a success. So on the right hand side, these two photos is showing the delivery trucks, and this is another side. In order to overcome the short time duration, we only can do top down, means that the go up and go down together. So this is a quick illustration. On the year of the 2017 November, we are doing the level 1. So the moment we finish up level 1, then we go up and go down together. Our planning is reach level 4 and be above and reach basement 1 and below. Then after that, we reach level 7 above and B2 below. Then 11 and B3 roof and the basement 4. So in such a small crane, okay, in order to meet the tight timeline, because Funan initially they are bringing in revenue each and every day. But the moment we shut down the mall, okay, so the capital line just the expense every day. So they want to us to finish the job ASAP. So we plug in total number of the 5 number of tower crane, and actually we work round the clock. So technical proficiency and quality management. So 4D play a major role. We cannot allow any mistake. Any mistake or any hiccup will be disaster. So everything must come in with GIT, just in time. So this tree of life at the center, so we have to just in time to cut off the area, then allow the tree of life to come up, then all the steel structure level 2, 2A, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, only can connect. Then we only can finish the bottom. Some part to touch on the environmental health and the safety management. So we want to highlight our company from the top to bottom. Everybody is very actively involved in the safety, okay, and we are committed to provide the best possible safety solution to the job site and as well the contractor, subcontractors. So during the Funan stage, I'm touching on the problem identification, analysis, and the resolution. So always I like to bring up this chart. It's a hand sketch by me. Okay, it's in year 2017 January March. This concept successfully bring us into the project, which allow us to beat our strong competitor Shiminzu, because they are doing a bottom-up approach, means that they demolish all the existing level 1, B1, B2, and B3. Then they from the bottom come up, then do baling. So in order to beat them, so we have to come an innovative method for the bottom down of the baling as well. What we did? We designed a heavy-duty propping from the existing B3 propping to B2, existing B2 to propping to B1. Then we demolish away the level 1 and put the hardcore and the steel plate. So we managed to do the baling on top. Then we cast the level 1, the new level 1. So by then we can prove to owner that we can successfully finish in 27 months, and we got the job. Some of the contractual, legal, and commercial management skill. So we am involved and been drafting the email to, for example, this one is the EOT, extension of time, for the Singtel cables that are being run under the ground. Then we also have to come out even the log to justify, and we managed to successfully to obtain the EOT for our underground work. Okay, well, the shopping mall is no need the EOT because we are 2 months ahead of the already very shortened duration. Okay, next one, the touch on the people management, interpersonal and the leadership skill. Teamwork is the key. Okay, so this is my boss, Roy Cha, RSP consultants, and all the stakeholders. So we believe that people is the key, and over there we have been keeping a very harmony relationship with all the stakeholders, namely client, consultant, subcontractor, everybody. We even make a very harmony relationship with the Peninsula Hotel, which is just 6 meters away, and I'm working round the clock, okay, day and night. And this event, this TOP celebration party, we also host at this Peninsula Hotel. Why we managed to secure this kind of the good relationship is because we always stand in their shoe, try to understand from their hotel, their point of view, why they are concerned. When the project starting time, we did facing a lot of the problem. All these photos is the Peninsula Hotel security, because they received the guest manager complaint, guest say, hey, construction site very noisy. So they visit us, and also they made a few calls to the NEA to stop our work. You see it on March 7, 13, 25. After that, okay, I initiate a meeting. I say, look, Peninsula Hotel, I understand that you are a service provider, so you cannot afford to have any complaint from the guests. So what we did come out an innovative way is we come out a compensation scheme. So if there is any guest complaint, we go down and evaluate, then we will compensate the hotel. So we set a budget to settle on this. Then our job is not affected. Well, and also the relationship between us and the hotel is very harmony. Next one of the stakeholder engagement and the communication. This is again another hand sketch by me. Because why? Because back then the Mr. Heng Sui Kiat is still office in the Treasury building. So one day he called up the BCA CEO, say, hey, I don't know what Funan is doing. They have been doing so extensive construction job that they make my office table shaking, Heng Sui Kiat. So BCA sent one of the very senior director down. So our side, and together with the building contractor, we go in to Mr. Heng's office, do a study. We find out that Mr. Heng stay in this treasury building, considered sensitive structure. So the vibration curve is A. We must choose the suitable vibration machine to drive in the ballpark casing, so that not to match or exceed the frequency of Mr. Heng's office building. And after we improve with the vibration machine, control within 0 to 20 Hertz, then from there Mr. Heng also happy, so everything move on and smooth. How we execute? Track and measure, adjust, and continue forward. So this is one project that I did in Shidona. It's a Yangon Myanmar Shidona Hotel. It's again a 5-star hotel. The developer is CapitaLand, also CapitaLand. So what happened is over there we finished this project also on track. So here is the thing that I learned from one book. It's called to define the project managers. So project managers are measuring against the plan and take action as needed to control the project. So this motto is keep on motivating me. Then along the way, we are using different formats to track. This is for the submission, this is for the structure, this is for the architecture, this is for the finishing. So we keep on measure and monitor and calibrate and adjust the resource input and the timing we are spending. Then make sure that we are on track or ahead of the schedule to reach our destination. Lastly, I come to what we learned. So the 3 keywords: number 1, teamwork; number 2, technology; number 3, commitment. Okay, so teamwork is the key. So after we finish 2 months ahead of the schedule of the Funan shopping mall, we have a TOP party. So you can see that everybody is happy. From the client, consultant, subcontractors, everybody feel that they do a good job. Indeed, every of us did a good job. Teamwork is the key. And when we have some argument or have any cannot agree with each other, so we put down the argument, we recalibrate our thinking, try to find the alignment between our thinking. Then we get out the alignment of the together, then we put a set of the argument, then the job we can find a way to move on. technology. So again, it's because very tight GIT, and we cannot afford any mistake, and also we cannot burn our head in the sand and assume that the progress will be on track one day. We didn't. So the first photo is we're using all the possible technology by set up the CCTV from the Treasury Building, Peninsula Hotel, to mark, simulate, and adjust the structure. This is all the yellow color is mark hole and the hoisting opening. Indeed, there is some problem with the initial planning, so we're using this kind of simulation to recalibrate and to make a bigger opening at level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5, which ensures that the clamshell of the telescope is not being affected. So our team also is sensitive enough to do the dreadful timely adjustment. Number 2 is a GIT. So in order to move up fast, we have to adopt the so-called PVVC. This is a hybrid system. All this precast column, all this steel beam is made from the JB Malaysia. So we come to site, just the hoisting put in. Come to site, we just install piece by piece. So from there, vertical elements, horizontal elements, bond deck, and the casting. Then floor by floor going up, the schedule can be achieved. Okay, the 5D simulation means that we are taking the cost from the model, then we justify it to the client. Some portion indeed we do at the BO, then they also honor enough to justify and pay us accordingly. That's why along the way, the owner and the QS consultant also is not a very slow response and cannot catch up with us with the pace. And indeed, they also respond very fast. That's why we feel that our input, our effort is being appreciated, which in turn, we also go to motivate our subcontractors. So the positive cycle started. Next photo is to show that how we do the 4D simulation of the planned the curve and what's the actual curve. Again, we set up all the monitoring device. Then we simulate through the 4D. Then on the right hand side, we simulate and is a monthly update to ensure that by facade, by the floor cycle, by the construction level, by the tile queen dismantle, we meet each and every milestone. Next one is a very short video